Well, yo, ho, who are you? I'm Michael Jones. Rayden Chronicles, just a little personal vlog page where I'm just a human being, feel kind of out of place in the world where I'm at. And sometimes it just helps to kind of get up here and let some of it out. Just talk about stuff. Let me get my, there you go. All right, so yeah, today is February 22nd. So we had a rough week. Just some human mistakes, as all, because we all make them. If we're honest with ourselves. So that's one of my huge things, discrepancies, is trying not to be a hypocrite about anything. You see my other videos. I'm not even gonna rehash anything that happened, but if I can find it. Yeah, just some stuff I had to kind of reach down deep inside, not only for me, but for other people too. So, trying to be the best human I can be. And I got a lot of things to improve on myself as well. I'm not very good at, like, well, I'll say this. If it's left up to me, you know, when I say that, like, your bills and your lights and lights get cut off, you know, I'm on it because I know the consequences. I don't pay the bills, lights get cut off. But when I'm not reminded, you know, like in a marriage, and I know, because, you know, that's what my wife says. Like, I shouldn't have to remind you. My business is, you know, it's not a weekly income. Maybe it should be. Maybe it's, you know, that's the part I'm struggling with. I get up here and chat about with you guys, getting consistent clients, how to get consistent clients, how to keep consistent clients. Man, there's about 95 deer standing in that field over there, which is really off subject. Amber would go crazy right now. Yeah, you know, to get better clients, get more consistent clients. That I got to get better with. I got to get better at managing money and being on time with the bills, stuff like that. That's a weird thing to admit when you're 48 years old, you know. Like, I'm not good at paying bills. Like Amber says, you're supposed to be grown. Like, you should pay the bills. But, again, I'm only human. And humans act on their environment and their surroundings and the information they're fed with all their sensories. And, you know, if you're not bugged for... not bug, that's the wrong word. But if you're not reminded, yeah, yo, you know, this is due, that's due, this house payment's due, and you just don't say anything, and there's never a consequences. I know it should seem like, Michael, you know, the 15th and the 30th comes up and bills are like, but I don't, because I'm always trying to, like, work on my business and trying to, you know, when I'm not working on my business, trying to be with Amber, and spend time, you know. And, you know, I've told you guys before, I don't have a lot of friends. I've always felt like an alien here. And by here, I mean, like, so I say Earth, but it's a little big, in North Carolina. But, yeah, I mean, I've had some really good friends. Two of my best friends I've lost to overdoses. And they just happened to be, you know, what clicked, you know, nothing homosexual, but I'm just saying, like, that's what clicked. Like, they were, that we were brothers. We were like, you know that thing, guys, you get with a dude like that dude you would kill anybody for, and you know they kill anybody for you, your boy, and he, you know, your boy ride or die, not your girl ride or die. You know, I've had a couple of those, and man, I feel blessed to have those two guys in my life, but they're also gone, and I'm still here. They've been gone quite a while. Sammy Winston, he's gone back when COVID started. Like, that's when he passed. Ashley's been gone for years. And man, it's tough to find two dudes that good. You know, I got a couple of 3 friends that are good guys. But, you know, man, still guys are different. I don't, it's tough for me to mesh with guys around here. Like, I don't like sports. Can't believe I even have to say this, but I'm not racist. So I'm not going to go to a friend's house and put up with any comments you know, if him using the N-word or something like that, or I'm just not going to put up with it. I'm not going to be around it. I'm not going to entertain it. I'm not going to participate in it, and I just rather be at home with my wife. You know, it's weird. I don't like sports, and man, I feel like I'm rehashing because I say all this stuff all the time. But yeah, I don't like sports. You know, it's stupid. I like fighting. I like pro wrestling. I like the storytelling in pro wrestling. I like the creativity and theatrical stuff like that. But man, sports does not connect with me at all. Somebody striving to make a number board go up like that is so, it just don't compute with me. I get it. But all that being said, this is where I am, and this is the majority of the guys. So yeah, I'm trying to get better at that. I got to get better at knowing stuff, but I'm trying to let my partner know that, hey, I am a human, and where I'm really, really good at this stuff. I'm really good at this. I'm only good at like these 4 things here, and then I have like 100 things I'm really bad at, and maybe, you know, 75 of those things are not detrimental to life, and then, you know, 15 of them are pretty important, and then there's 3. But in other words, I need help. That's why I want companionship, for somebody to help make me better, and you got to have consequences for that stuff. And Amber is doing what I said my dad does, or did, is enabling me, because they're not letting me have the consequences. And again, saying this, I know I sound stupid at 48. It's like people watching this, like, dude, she's right, you're 48, you should have to pay your bills. I do. And like I say, if I was single and it was left up to me, I was never really behind on my bills. I mean, I don't ever think I've ever missed or was late. You know, I mean, I was actually jobless or something like that. I got fired, or, you know, which was hardly ever, but, you know, without a job or something like that. But I always worked, I always had a job. But again, you take any human being, and, you know, if you took a bum and took them off the streets and moved them into your house and just paid for everything, and every time they had any trouble or short, you just like, no, it's no problem, I got it. They would cultivate the mind frame of, in other words, humans gonna most likely take the path of least resistance on the unconscious side of, you know, it's no type of manipulation. I never plan, or I never say, oh, yeah, I mean, look at my clothes. I got the same clothes on almost every video, just because I only have 4 or 5 t-shirts that I like to wear. My clothes, I mean, I got a closet full of clothes, but I got 2 or 3 pair of jeans that go through the cycle, and actually 1 pair of jeans and a couple of khakis, and you know, then you see I got CM Punk t-shirts on. Like, I always got this jacket on. I mean, I don't buy anything. Yeah, I did get on the habit of buying Kratom and going through that whole addiction, but I've almost, you know, got that all clicked again. But yeah, my thing is just, you know, man, humans strive for companionship, and I don't know if we strive. I don't know if we yearn for companionship just for love or sexual reasons, or to mate, or, you know, maybe there's a yearning to be better, and we know that, you know, having a companion will make us be better. I don't know, maybe that's why. I told y'all see me say, I've got a yearning to share with a female. I want a female partner where I'm, you know, she's my ride or die better half, which I think is Amber. But, you know, people make mistakes. And, like I say, that's past. And I want to work on some things that she's told me about, because Amber will tend to not tell me things, or she'll let them build up, and then, you know, she's crying one day, and I'm like, why do you tell you can always be honest with me about things? But, you know, you need to be uncomfortable about things like that, you know? Like, the reason that I wouldn't miss cutting my lights, or paying my light bill when I was by myself, is because the consequences of that, my lights would be cut off. Now, if somebody came and gave me $500 to pay my light bill every month, and was just like, you know what, you know, pay here, take this, I got this extra. If they did that every month for 2 years and never said anything, it's just how, you know, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. This is my thoughts. These are my thoughts. This is what goes on in my head. But I'm not telling you like what I'm doing is right. I'm telling you what I'm doing is wrong, but it's unconsciously. It's and it's not my fault. It's not my responsibility. But I do at the same time admit, like, yo, this is a weakness, and I don't mind. Matter of fact, I need you to call me out on this to be a better person. This is like, I'm not going to get better with you enabling me, and not giving me consequences. But she's, you know, she loves me. I think, like, you know, my father loved me too. And sometimes when you love people, you protect them too much. And, you know, if it's a person like me, it'll you know, enable us to do things that, you know, we don't do manipulatively. It's a long, strange word with my new teeth. Manipulatively. Y'all know what I'm going for. I'll get it right. But it happens. Like, it, you know, I don't know. None of that's intentional. Nothing. You know, it feels bad too, because I'm like, damn, man, like, there's times I had money in the bank and didn't even spend it. Like, I would ask, and you'd just be like, no, keep your money. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And then later, you know, I find out, well, no, I didn't want you to, you've been working hard. And I'm like, no, that's not how life goes. I want you to treat me like the world treats people. Like, I need real environment. That's what I need, is a real, always honest, straightforward environment. That was the one thing. Sammy Winston, he was my brother. He was my brother without blood. Good dude. Had a tough life. Had a tough upbringing, and I don't know if he knew, but he had a tough time dealing. There was a lot of stuff combusting in Sam that just destroyed him in the end. But the one thing I'll say that I liked about Ashley Bruner that is above Sam is that Ashley Bruner, he was one of those guys that a lot of people thought Ashley was an asshole. Like, if you probably talked to somebody that saw him at the bank at BB&T and said, like, that dude over at the help desk, they'd be like, that dude's an asshole. But that's because Ashley was always honest. And he wasn't a dickhead about it. I mean, that's all perspective, you know. Some people might, you know, take somebody's word to say this way, you know, man, it was a dickhead thing. But, like, Ashley didn't try to be a dickhead. He was just, he'd give you honesty. Like, when me and my ex-wife used to have problems, and me and him would talk, we'd always make a joke about Ashley having this funny line. He'd always ask, he'd say, you want me to lie to you? You want me to tell you the truth? And I'm like, always, brother, tell me the truth. Oh, don't, you know, like, we established this ground. And man, that's what, I had so much respect for him. And it was such a bond because, brother, I knew when I asked Ashley Bruner something, he didn't give a damn if he was going to hurt my feelings. He didn't give a damn if it was going to embarrass me. He didn't give a damn. He said, here's what you asked me, and here's the answer. And it was just, it was a raw honesty that you couldn't help but respect. But you also, you couldn't help but feel like you had a real friend. Like, you know, this guy won't bullshit me. And he wasn't. And he was straight up. But that's what every relationship needs. Two people. Communication and talking all the time. Communicating, no matter how uncomfortable it is. And like I said yesterday, you should always put your partner in front of you. Well, maybe not always, probably see well, but as far as, you know, if you make mistakes, you should be able to go to your partner and tell them and feel comfortable about it, and they should be able to understand. But too, some things, especially dealing with the heart, that, you know, you shouldn't let it get so far if you make promises to people, especially just things that might have happened in people's life in the past that, you know, they might be damaged to a point. You might be setting people back 10 years by doing stuff like that. So yeah, think about that stuff, everybody. But I'm gonna try to get better with this money thing, try to be more on, it's like this pushes me. It's like, all right, so now I gotta go out and get consistent clients, because now I'm being pushed to, which is what I was trying to explain. Being told, you know, hey man, you need to blah blah blah, brother. Like, you ain't paid this. I've had to take all this money. I might, like, you need to tell me that, because that is what makes me uncomfortable, and the uncomfortableness is what causes change in us, where we want to be better. Man, if somebody's just sitting around stroking you with feathers and bowing at your feet, telling you they love you all the time. You know, that's how you get these monarchical ruling kings, where before they know it, they've literally turned into, or they've turned into, because of the way they've been enabled to turn into this narcissist, and without even seeing it. And once it happens, it's like too late. And some of these people are good people. I'm a good guy. I don't have intentions of doing anybody wrong ever. Have I? Have I slipped up and let somebody down and not done something? Yeah, I certainly have. Certainly need help in some of those situations, and certainly am welcoming it. Matter of fact, I'm begging for it. I don't think that's too much to ask, you know? Especially when I'm admitting it, like, hey, I need help with this. I think your partner should be worth that. Or friend, in any kind of relationship. Either way. Well, it's just my thoughts. Please make some comments and correct me. Not correct me, but give me your thoughts. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. Or if you completely disagree with me, be my friend Ashley, who's passed on, and get up here and tell me the exact opposite and why. I'll appreciate and respect the hell out of that. But yeah, you know, just try every day to be a good human. But I'm kind of charged up that, you know, like challenge builds people. Challenge to be a better person. It always builds me, because I'm always striving to be a better person. But you can't always cultivate the fire by yourself. Sometimes you get comfortable, you get lazy, you get just lackadaisical, where you just are not even paying attention. Life flies by. That's cool. That's all right. Another reason you got a partner to help make you better. So, anyway, guys, I probably talked enough. Yeah, I probably talked enough. I'm gonna go to the store and get me a lollipop, and then I think we might go eat. So, be better, and man, have friends. Try to have good friends, and listen to them about being better, and let them help make you better. You know, like, I'm begging for friends to help make me better. That's what y'all supposed to be for. That's what I try to do to you. So do that for me. All right, peace.